Here we are, year 21 of Kingdom Death Monster. We are coming down to possibly the next to last year before I fight the Watcher. This is Lord Epion with Hit Points Gaming, and last year we started to be watched by the Watcher. We know that the boss of the game has been watching over our settlement, and we now have the option to go out and face it any year that we want up until the ending, which is in year 25. So at this point I went ahead and I read the rules of the fight to the Watcher, which I'm glad I did, because it does obviously explains the fight, and spoilers, the longer you wait, the harder the Watcher gets. So I think I'm going to be facing off against the Watcher next year, okay? And that had a lot of impact of what I'm fighting this year. So this entire time, I've been wanting to fight a level 3 hunt, a level 3 creature, but I never did, and I'm not going to this year either. I believe my guys are pretty well equipped. There's a few things that I would like to, obviously a full armor set would have been great, but I don't think the reward is worth the risk. So, due to this special innovation that I got last year, this ultimate weapon, which is when you defeat a monster, gain 1 monster resource of your choice from the monster deck, this will get me pretty close to completing the katana and the katana sheath, which I've been interested in. I need a specific item, so if I do not get it from the Phoenix, I can use this to grab it. It's the Phoenix beak, which is pretty helpful. So with the resources I have, I basically need to get that Phoenix beak, and I think it's 3 other monster bones in this fight, in order for me to construct the 2 items, which I will use, and I will face the Watcher next year. So I am just facing, I'm sorry, a level 1 Phoenix this year to get my resources. I'm allowed to fight these small level creatures because of the death mask, and I can get a lot of crits in, and I think that's really helpful. If I didn't luck out with that death mask, I would have to fight higher level creatures. Now I know one of the Watchers was saying to fight a level 3 antelope, and I considered it because you could get a very sweet lance for beating it. But there's 2 things about that. When you fight a level 3 antelope, I believe it starts pretty far back on the monster hunt board here, and there's a chance that it runs off the board backwards, and if that happens, there's no fight, so it would be a waste of a year. Number 2, if I fight the antelope, some of my guys could actually die. It's a hard fight. And number 3, in order to get the specific item to make this really nice lance, it's an AI card, which is it's a trait that comes up. So I might not ever get that trait. I might say it's in the deck and I actually wound it. It goes to the discard pile, so it's a little bit harder than guaranteeing that I'm going to get this lance. So I am just going to be fighting a level 1 Phoenix. I know someone else asked if you fight a level 3 Phoenix, what you get as a reward. So at the end, I'll explain that, just so I can show that off. But let's quickly just get into the 4 characters that I'm bringing out for this last fight. The first one's going to be Finn. Now we haven't seen Finn in a while. I'm just bringing him out as really a fourth survivor. I didn't want to bring out some of my best guys because, some weird random event, I don't want them to die. So he's got Rhythm Chaser here. He's going out with the Rawhide set. He's going to be my utility class with the Cat Eye Circlet to make sure I can get the right AI cards for extra resources. He has 10 survival going out. Most of my guys, because my survival limit is 10, most of them are going out with the max right now. Next is going to be Royal G. We've seen her before. She's going out to be our crit machine with the death mask. She's got the beacon shield. No fighting arts. She has ruptured muscles, so she can't have any. Third person is going to be Lando. He's pretty new, and he's pretty well off. He's got +1 accuracy, +3 strength, +1 evasion. It looks like he's got some fighting arts here. He's got 2 disorders, but one of the disorders is pretty good. You gain +1 survival and +1 strength when you depart if you're insane, so I already gave him this +1 strength token. And the other one, anxiety, makes it so he gains a priority target. unless he's wearing Stinky, and he is wearing Stinky, he's wearing the Monster Grease. Unfortunately, I can't complete the Phoenix set here to get all these extra bonuses. Really, I'm going to have Dark. I believe Dark is going to be the one that wears this Phoenix set fully, because I think he now has the that sex-changing belt, which allows me to complete this set. So when I fight the Watcher, Dark is going to be going out. And then finally, I've got Boba Fett. Yes, bringing him out because of all the changes we had. If you remember, I went over them. Just trying to get those weapon proficiencies up with him with the Twilight Sword. I'm not going to give up on him. What I am going to do, because I read some of the comments, I know right now he's got 3 weapon proficiency. So I didn't want to give him the 4th. It just didn't really seem right. I know we were playing it, you know, I erased all his weapon proficiency. And would I have gotten a wound on the Phoenix? Yeah, absolutely. It would have been a priority of mine. But if I got a wound on him with the sword, maybe it would have been 1 less wound for, let's say, a crit, which I got a resource for, so who knows. So what I'm going to do this year is I'm basically going to allow him to get 2 weapon proficiencies in this fight, because he really should be at 4 right now. So I'm actually going to make him, the first time he wounds the Phoenix this fight, he's going to get it right away, which would bring him up to his 4th. Basically, it makes it so that I can't, it's 1 less wound to get an extra resource from due to my crit monster over here. And then he'll have 4 weapon proficiency, which is what he should be at right now. And then he'll have to wound the monster again this fight, and he'll be rewarded his 5th, but that's going to be at the end of the showdown. I think that will work out. It kind of penalizes me a little bit, but it gets me back on track. And he's going out with the leather set. So, looks pretty good. He's the only one that has 8 survival. Everyone else has 10. Another reason why I want to fight a level 1 Phoenix, I don't have to deal with that stupid overwhelming darkness. That could really, really mess me up. So, hopefully, very short showdown board here. We'll get to the Phoenix, and we'll go into the fight. The only thing I need to watch out for is Boba Fett. He cannot afford to take 1 age token and then have it go into Spiral Age, because I think that would make him go into retirement. No, it would... Yeah, he would get into retirement, and then he would age 1 more. So, we don't want that to happen. But I have to remember I can get rid of it by, I think, rolling less than my insanity on a d10, and I have 20 insanity. So, as long as I don't roll a 10, I think I'll be safe. Alright, so let's set up for the hump board, and let's get to this Phoenix. Let's get this fight over with. I want to fight this. I want to fight the Watcher. I'm going to go over all the Watcher rules in the next video. I will also point out the expansions that I'm going to be using for my next set of videos. So hopefully everyone joins in and watches those. So yeah, let's get to it. Didn't set up with any minerals this year. Just to be on the safe side, I probably could throw in to get the herb, but that's okay. And I'm not going mining because I just don't want some random event to happen where someone gets hurt. I don't really need the iron. I've got 3 scrap back at the base, so I can turn that into an iron with an endeavor. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should risk it. No, I'm not going to. Maybe this will come back to haunt me, but who knows. Alright, random event. It's going to be Boba Fett first. Let's get this out of the way. 64. Stone Fountain. A pair of cup stone hands rise out of the ground. The hands hold clear, cold water that trickles through the stone's fingers in a seemingly endless supply. Any survivor may choose to consume from the fountain. Gain +1 courage. A survivor... And roll on the table. Any survivor with binge eating must consume. Oh, I think I got rid of all the binge eating. Or no one has it, at least on me. So that's good. Does anyone need to gain the courage? No, Boba Fett's at full. Lando has 0. Royal has 3. And Finn has 1. But I used Finn's plus courage 1 time, so that's not going to count. So you know what? I'm just not going to drink. I'm not going to drink, and I'm just going to move on. I do not want anything special to happen. Alright, Lando. See what happens. Fertile field. The survivors approach a withering field littered with phoenix droppings. Watch your step. Twisting up through the rocks, some acanthus plants grow vigorously, while others wither and disintegrate before their eyes. All survivors suffer 3 brain event damage, okay, and gain 1 understanding. Alright, I can handle that. If any survivor has the bone sickle, which I just said I didn't bring, they gain 1 fresh acanthus strange resource. Oh well. If any survivor has the scavenger kit, they gain 1 dropping. Oh, I don't have a scavenger kit. So let's just do the insanity real quick. So Boba goes down to 17 insanity and gains an understanding. Lando goes to 10 insanity and gains his first understanding. He's just starting to realize what world he came into. Royal, ooh, okay, she actually loses all her insanity and gets a check mark, but because it's like an event damage, I don't have to roll on the chart. Second understanding, and Finn as well goes down to a check mark of insanity. Ooh, and gains his first understanding. Alright, and I do have to roll a random event for this card. 7. I don't know if we did 7. Hungry ground. The ground suddenly splits, and a gaping stone mouth attempts to devour the event revealer whole. Oh no, Lando. The event revealer rolls on the table. Alright, Lando. Get any special bonuses to rolling? You do not. 5. The event revealer scrambles, but their leg is caught in the terrible maw. Suffer 2 event damage to the legs. Alright, well, I've got some pretty sweet armor on, so that just takes a chunk out of my legs, and I'm down to 3 armor in my legs. Not bad. Moving on. Next is going to be Royal G. We got a random event here. 68. Familiar faces. If the settlement has not lost any survivors yet, well, that's funny. Okay. Ignore this event. Okay, well, obviously I've lost some survivors. Otherwise, every survivor must roll a 1d10. The lowest scoring survivor becomes a straggler. Okay. Now, let's do this correctly. Boba Fett gets to add his experience when rolling for a straggler event. Okay, so 9 plus a ridiculous amount, so it's not him. Lando gets an 8. Royal G, she's also prepared, so she gets a 10. And Finn gets a 4, so it's Finn. Finn is our straggler. While examining the stone faces underfoot, the straggler recognizes the face of a fallen friend. Bittersweet memories bring the straggler to tears, reduce insanity to 0, and gain +1 understanding. Well, my insanity is already at 0, but I gain an understanding, so that's sweet. So I think he goes to a 2 understanding. So far, so good. With 1 left. And this is going to be Finn's card. Time flows backwards. A blinding light, accompanied by a bone-crunching vacuum, rushes over the survivors. All survivors lose 1 level of hunt XP for each level of their quarry. I thought it was going to be weapon proficiency, and I would have been upset with Boba Fett, but it's just hunt XP. If any survivors have no hunt XP, they disappear. They are dead. No one remembers they even existed. Okay, so this is the one where if I didn't go out with the correct number of people, or the correct, hunt experienced people, they just would have died. So they all lose 1 hunt XP, which is going to drop some people below 2, but I don't get the age milestone again for them. So, but this could help, because then if Boba Fett ages, he won't basically cease out of existence. So I will mark all that down, but I do have to do a random event. 35. As long as this is a good one, we're okay. Looks good. Broken Lantern Oven. The survivors come across the shattered ruins of a small settlement. Scattered corpses dot the ruins. disintegrating at the merest touch. An extinguished lantern oven stands intact at the center of the settlement. If any survivor has 3 or more understanding, which Boba Fett does, they gain the lantern oven innovation, which I did. The event revealer harvests a broken lantern. Okay, so I gain a broken lantern. Okay, broken lantern. Because I knew what was going on. And that's it. And then I'm going to face off against the Phoenix. So let's get our 2 extra terrain pieces out. We've got a stone face and some grass. So I will set up the board. The Phoenix gets first turn. I really just need to tank the first turn. Make sure that I set up the hit location cards correctly. Send Boba Fett in. Let's get his 2 weapon proficiencies out of the way, like his 2 wounds. And then Royal G is just going to go in and just land crit after crit after crit. Get our resources. Get ready. Have a nice smooth settlement event. Maybe we'll just drink and have a party. Maybe lights in the sky. So we can face off against the Watcher. Very prepared. Sounds like an exciting fight. I feel like I'm pretty well prepared for it. So no wrenches into this system and we should be good. So we have Lando facing off against the Phoenix down here in the grass. Boba and Royal G from the rear of the Phoenix, hopefully to get those hits in. And then Finn is up here on the stone face to get the better shot with the arrow. Unfortunately, the Phoenix does get to go first, so I just really need to... Oh, you know what? If the Phoenix is going to charge... let me just move these guys. That's silly. He's going to go after all the way over here. I should at least get these guys a little bit closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. They have to be 6 away. Okay, great. That's better. Okay, Phoenix goes first. Bored is the mood. Okay? While bored is in play, the Phoenix gains -2 toughness tokens. Okay, I have not seen this before. Instead of drawing AI, Spiral Cyclone. Ooh, Spiral Cyclone. So this is survivors in the Eye of the Storm gain +1 insanity and +1 survival. All their survivors suffer damage equal to the monster's level. Knockback 7 and bash. Eye of the Storm. Wow. After Spiral Cyclone is performed, discard board and disdain. Okay. Great. Disdain is place the Phoenix at the center of the tree. It emits a hissing. All non-survivors suffer brain damage equal to the monster's level, and then perform Spiral Rage. So basically, he's going to sit here for a turn because he's bored. He's just hanging out on this tree. And then instead of drawing his AI card, he's going to do that AoE Whirlwind attack. Everyone that's not in that special spots is going to get knocked back, and then he's going to go back onto the tree and do the whole disdain move. So that kind of sucks. Maybe I'll try and get rid of this with the harp, but at least he didn't attack. Right? At least he didn't attack. So someone has the harp. It's Lando. Alright, so maybe I'll give it a shot. Try and get rid of it. So, oh wait, and then right at the end of the monster's turn, it performs basic action. Alright, so basic action. He still does this. I'm glad I did not forget this. So, closest threat in range. So we are going to target... We're going to target Lando. Target gets 1 age token. Okay. That on there. And, alright, then it moves and attacks. So, we're going to keep Lando right where he is. Phoenix is going to move right here. And gets 2 attacks. No bonuses, because it's just a level 1, because I'm a pansy. I don't want to fight a level 2. Or level 3, for that matter. Jeez, okay. Speed 2, accuracy 2, 3, 4, because I'm in the bushes, 5, because of monster grease, 6, because of evasion. Wow. 6 because of evasion. And they both miss. Alright. And then at the end of that, I suffer knockback 7, bash, and bleed 1. Well, you know what? I think I'm just going to dash before this happens. because before the Razor Wing comes into play, I can actually spend a survival, which I will do, to dash, because then I'm just going to spend a survival for someone else to pick me up. So what's the point, right? So we'll just move to the side here. Alright. So now it is our turn. So at the end of this turn, he's going to be doing that Spiral Cyclone to knock me back, unless I get to get rid of it with the Whisker Harp. So let's start things off with Finn. Finn's going to do the Royal Circlet, right? Let's look at the top 3 hit locations, make sure there's no trap card. Okay, there's not. Alright, we got the Glorious Wing Sphincter. It's our favorite, right? We like to see that. And this is when you wound it, it does the Eye of the Storm, which is exactly what it's going to be doing anyway. Feathered Back, Perform Displacement. Okay, no big deal. And then the other one's Impervious. So the first attack... not good, not good, not good, not good. Alright, well maybe we'll do it like this. The first attack can actually wound it, which would be Boba Fett, which would be nice. Okay. Let's put that up. I would like actually to get a shot off, but I don't know if it's worth it. You know what? Let's put the Glorious Wing Sphincter on top. Let's try that out. Let's try this. This might be a little weird. The Sphincter is going to go on top. I don't really mind if I get blown back. So I'm going to have Finn actually surge here. Okay. And as long as I'm within range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it's +2 because I'm on the giant stone face. So I am within range. So I'm going to surge. And I'm just going to try and shoot it with this with the arrow here. So I get +2 accuracy. So I hit on a 6, 5, 4. One shot. That is a hit. So when you hit with this arrow, we all know already it gets a -1 evasion token. So let's get that out of the way. Okay. Great. And we know what card it is. It's the Sphincter. Now the reason why I put the Sphincter on top because I only does displacement if it wounds. So I don't really think I'm going to wound. Because the toughness of this Phoenix is a 10. And, oh yeah, the arrow is strength 6. Wow. So I wound on a 4. Now, Finn doesn't even have any plus strength because I think oh, he does have... It's newborn survivors get that +1 strength, right? Or is it all survivors? Actually, I think it's all survivors, so he does have that +1 strength. Which I never wrote down for Finn. Oh boy. Maybe I should not have put that Sphincter on the top here. So I wound on a 3. Okay. And it's a 3. Let me make sure that they all get that +1 strength. I think it was from an innovation, right? Barbaric. All current and newborn survivors. Yep. And I never wrote it down on his sheet, so it is a wound. See, I put the Sphincter on there because I didn't think I would wound with the actual bow, but I forgot the arrow is stronger. So I do a wound to it. And now it blows everything away. Survivors in the Eye of Storm gain +1. All other survivors suffer knockback, 7, and bash. So I wonder if... No, I'm just going to do knockback, 7, and bash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 falls down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You probably can't see this on the camera. This is kind of silly of me. So Boba Fett's the only one that's not going to suffer from bash because he's immune to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, but he does get knocked back. And then 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, that was kind of silly of me. Alright, so we have Boba Fett. I'm still gonna go in for these attacks. So Boba Fett has just 5 movement. I don't get any extra till the end of my turn. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could dash there and attack. I think that's what I'm gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I spent a survival to dash. I just remembered Finn could gain that survival back with the raw head armor, and I do, so let's bring that back over here. Something I don't want to forget about. So Boba Fett's going in for this attack. Alright. He has 1 attack. He has currently 3 weapon proficiency, so it starts at a 9. Okay, so 8, 7, 6. I'm blind. So 7. I'm behind the Phoenix. 6. And it's got a -1 evasion. 5. So I hit on a 5. Let's just get the 5. Okay, or a 10. That's definitely a hit. Now we just need a wound with this guy. So what do we got? Strength 9 with the weapon, strength 10. Yeah, anything but a 1. 4. Definitely a wound. This is displacement. Place the Phoenix anywhere along the board edge furthest from the attacker. If the attacker has any age tokens, they may attempt to follow the Phoenix. Roll 1d10. Oh, I don't have any age tokens. So that's it. So I wounded it. I placed the Phoenix the furthest from the edge of the attacker. Place the Phoenix anywhere along the board edge furthest from the attacker. So I might actually move it over here, because then I could get up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is real. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. Put him right here on this edge. I did the wound, meaning that Boba Fett gains that weapon proficiency that we talked about. So he has 4 now. So now we talked about it, so I'm not going to go over it again. But because I have 4 with the Twilight Sword, it allows me to actually, I think the Twilight Sword levels up at this point. When attacking with the Twilight Sword, ignore slow and gain +2 speed. So this is really what I wanted to get to. I have 3 speed now with this Twilight Sword. That's what you want when you go and fight. I'm assuming you can fight the Watcher with it. So good job, Boba Fett. I'm going to encourage, and have Royal G stand up, which is pretty sweet. Since I'm a leader, Encourage gets +1 speed until the end of the round. Even better. So let's move up with Royal J. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She actually has 6 movement. Oh, could I actually, No, alright. 6 movement. Moving all the way up here against the Phoenix. And let's get some attacks. Let's see some crits in here. So I have, let's see, 4 attacks with the Katars. +1 speed because of the armor, and +1 speed because I'm encouraged by Boba Fett, our Twilight Knight. Hitting on 7s, 6s because of the arrow, and Royal G actually has +1 accuracy. Pretty sweet. So I hit on 5s. Okay, it's pretty good. 4 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great, great, great. No trap card. Okay, nothing that's let me just double check. Okay, so we're gonna put this there, there, there. All right, so the first one is that tail feathers, which we knew about. This is impervious, so I can't do a wound to it, but I can crit it. So, got the death mask. So because the Katars are deadly, I crit on a 9. Okay, so 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So I'm critical wounding on 5. So first one is the tail feathers. 4. Unfortunately not. That was 2 resources from that. Alright, next is going to be the soft lower gut. So I wound critical on a 5, and I'm pretty sure I wound on a less than that. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Wound on 3s, crits on 5s. Okay. Neither. It's a 2. The Glorious Handed Feet. Okay. Neither. Another 2. But there's a reflex on this, so that's not so good. The monster's glare pierces the survivor's puny mind, causing explosive pain. Turn to face the attacker, roll 1d10. The result is higher than the attacker's Hunt XP, which it's not. My Hunt XP is 2. And I rolled a 2. I rolled 3 2s in a row. The attacker, they suffer 1 brain damage for each age token they have. Okay, well, so that was nothing. And my last attack here. Come on, critical would be sweet. 4. Not a critical. But it is a wound. And of course, it is the wound that blows everything away. Another Eye of the Storm. So knockback 7 and bash. That's everybody. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Falls down. Boba, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't fall down. These guys over here, they're just getting knocked around. Pushed further back. And guess what? I was going to try and get someone to stand up, but I guess it really doesn't matter. So, that was kind of a waste of a turn. Boba got his weapon proficiency, but I didn't get any crits out of it, and I didn't get rid of board, so... Oh, -2 toughness token. I forgot. So I think one of those is actually a wound. The soft lower gut. Yeah. Oh, and reflex. Yeah, because I rolled those 2 2s in a row. 3 2s in a row. So I actually did 2 more wounds to this thing. So that's a shame, because they weren't crits. And I need crits on this thing. Alright, so it's the monster's turn. Let's get rid of all these tokens. It's a brand new round. So it's going to perform Spiral Cyclone. So survivors in the Irish Storm. Okay, also other survivors. Okay, so they all get pushed back again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone gets pushed back. Everyone's pushed as far as they can go here, Phoenix. Alright. Then discard this and perform Disdain. And Disdain is place the Phoenix at the center. Comes back. All non-death survivors suffer brain damage equal to the monster's level and perform Spiral Age. So Spiral Age is when they gain Hunt XP if they have any age tokens, so I don't have to perform that. But I do have to suffer 1 Insanity. And that's a shame because 2 people are already down to their... I'm going to have to roll. So let's do Boba Fett and Lando. They just go down a little bit. Whereas Royal G and Finn have to roll on the Insanity table already. Alright, so I remember I think I rolled +2 to this, so let's do Royal G. 1, Scary. So that's going to be a 3. Lose 2 levels of weapon proficiency. Well, she has 0 weapon proficiency, so nothing. Now, again, that except darkness, probably one of the greatest innovations that I have, because if I roll a 1 or 2 on the brain, I just die. So I just saved Royal G's life for having that. And next is going to be Finn. 7, 8, 9. New Perspective. You are knocked down and gain 1d10 Insanity. Well, I'm already knocked down, and I gain 8 Insanity, so Finn is not scared anymore. Okay. So it's the end of the monster's turn, so it's going to perform its basic attack. So it's going to be on Boba Fett this time, because it is the only threat within range. It's going to go after Boba Fett here. Boba gains 1 age token, which, remember, we don't want to happen, so I might have to try and roll this off. 2 attacks. I'm not in the trees, but I do have the upgraded Monster Grease, so it hits on 4s. Both hit. the body and the waist. It's 2 damage apiece, so I'm just gonna take it. Take it like a man. Body and the waist, or like a Twilight Knight, let's say. So I'm down to 4 armor in both those locations. That's alright. Hey, guess what? Knockback 7, bash, and bleed 1. So I'm just gonna take the bleeding token and move on to my turn. Okay. So I want to get rid of that age token. I do not want to miss that. So everyone does stand up because they were all down at the beginning of the monster's turn. Probably can't see. They're all at the edges here. It's kind of silly. So Finn, let's do your thing. Get those hit locations with the circlet. That's all you're going to be doing for really the rest of the game. Okay, we got a first strike here. We got the neck and the buttocks. All right. Well, the buttocks has rewind, so we have to get rid of the token if I want to do that. So, destroy genitals. We don't want that. All right, let's do this. Let's just switch this up here. All right, so we are gonna have Finn. You gonna do anything else? You gonna move? Maybe we'll move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess let's rawhide headband this bad boy. Look at the top 2 AA cards. So we're gonna spend a survival, which I get back. Okay, so I surged there. Look at the top 2 AI cards. Let's see what we got here. Gouge and Feast and Ancient Stare. Ancient Stare. Last threat to wound, an age token, materialize and intimidate. Ooh, and a result of 2 more perform spiral age. Well, we don't want that to happen. We do not want that to happen. The other one is Gouge and Feast. Survive with the least age tokens. Destroy armor. Reduce armor at its hit points to 0 before applying damage. Ooh, we don't want that to happen either. Alright, we're going to put... I guess it doesn't really matter. We're going to put the Ancient Stare on top because I want to try and wound it this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to get some wounds in on this thing, I hope. So, Finn's done. Let's have Boba Fett go first. Boba is going to Dreaded Decade. I'm going to spin an activation, roll a d10. If the result is equal to or less than your insanity, remove all age tokens. Otherwise, suffer spiral age. Okay. 8. Sweet. I get rid of my age tokens. I was wondering if a 10, does that count as a failure on Dreaded Decade? Or 1? I'm not too sure what would fail or pass on that. But I get rid of it. I don't have to even worry about it. So I'm going to spend another survival to surge. Get my tokens here to make sure I... Okay. Now I get 3 attacks because of my speed. I'm only looking to hit this thing twice. Okay? I'm looking to hit this thing twice. So what was it I hit on? I hit on 6s now because I'm not behind. Oh, but I got the extra. Okay. 10 because I'm blind. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Hit on 6s. 3 attacks. Great. 3 hits. We know what they all are. Oh, but I got rid of the age token, so I don't have to worry about rewind. Alright, first strike here. You must roll to wound this location first. Oh, boy. I'm silly. Alright. I think Boba Fett's going to have destroyed genitals, so I got to do this first. A crit here would be sweet. Okay, well, it's a 1, so I don't wound it. And it's a reflex, so... Oh, the attacker may cancel their attack. I should have read the card, huh? Destroy genitals. Just as long as it's not, like, -1 age token. I mean, Okay, you cannot be nominated for the Intimacy Story event. This injury is permanent and can be recorded once. Gain a random disorder. That stinks. You are knocked down. Gazing upward, you wonder at the futility of your struggle. Gain +3 insanity and a bleeding token. Alright. And I'm knocked down, so it canceled all my attacks no matter what. Huh. I thought this was going to be an easy fight. thought this was going to be an easy fight, but I should have read all the cards. I didn't really want to hit with everything. That was the main thing. And a random disorder, huh? So I'm going to put all my disorders back in the deck here. Alright, let's let it be something silly. Honestly, let it be something silly. Weak spot. When you depart, gain this disorder. Roll a random hit location. You cannot depart unless you have armor at this hit location. Yes, that is a very good disorder to have, because I have armor in all those hit locations. So that is good to know. Alright, so Boba Fett went. Boba Fett does get knocked down, unfortunately, so I can't fight anymore. So we're gonna get Royal G into this shindig, get some crits going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get some attacks here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was it 5 attacks? Because I wasn't encouraged this time. Alright, I think 5's hits. Let's see, 7. Yep, 5's hits, so that's 4 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet, no trap cards. Alright, we've got a super dense. We've got an impervious, which will probably go first. A glorious armpit. Okay. Hands. Okay, these all look pretty good. Oh, these are all pretty good. So let's do the tiny wing hands first. Again, I need 5s to crits. A 3, so nothing. The glorious hands. Okay, 4 is a wound. Look, I need criticals here, not wounds. The hard beak. There's a crit. Persistent injury, cracked beak. Ignore the effects of destroyed armor. Well, I needed a resource actually. And the glorious armpit is a failure. I needed a 2 and I roll a 1. Perform basic action targeting the attacker. Alright. So I spin here. I gain an age token. I'm really looking for those resources and it's just not coming. 2 attacks, hit on 2s. I don't have any dodges. Nope, they both hit. I can't dodge any of these, so the hand and the body suffer 2 points each. Oh, what was that? Hand and body? Alright, so I go down to 4. Alright. And then, guess what? She gets pushed backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and falls down. And another bleeding token. Wow. That sucked. Okay. So all I have left is Lando. Lando's probably going to go in and see what Lando can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's got +2 movement because of these this Phoenix stuff. So let's actually go here. Because I really want him to be the next target of the attack. Okay. That's all I really can do. Yeah, so it's going to be Phoenix's turn. I'm just going to pause this for 1 minute, and then we will continue the monster's turn. Alright, so it is the monster's turn. It is down to not that many wounds left, and I got no extra resources. That's the whole point of fighting this thing. Alright, but I did get rid of those AI cards that I was worried about, right? So that's a good thing. So, let's see. Pitying Sigh. All survivors in field of view. Great, so that's everyone. No target. Oh no. Each target gains an age token. No, we do not want age tokens. Boba, that's not good. Okay. Intimidate all targets. If the target is insane, they laugh in the face of the monster. Ignore condensation. Okay. They may spend 3 survival to gain +1 courage. Okay. Otherwise, target suffers 2 brain damage and is knocked down. So everyone basically laughs at this thing except for Royal G, who, and I don't want anyone to gain the extra courage. I don't need to worry about that. Royal G is going to suffer 2 brain damage and gets knocked down. Oh, you know what? I never rolled for Royal G's. Oh, I did. The lunacy thing. It was a weapon thing. All right, so she's going to have to roll again on this chart. 2, 3, 4. Flee, you are knocked down and suffer knockback equal to your movement towards the closest board edge. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So I get knocked back, I go that way. And I roll, I get D5 Insanity. So 2. Well, alright. That wasn't so bad. Because now this is done for. And now it does basic action, closest threat in range. So that is going to be right here. That is Lando. So 2 attacks. I'm pretty well evaded out. I think there's misses. But not enough. Oh, hits on 2s, 3s, 4s. No, they both hit me. Hand and both in the hand. I'm just gonna take it. Oh, you know what? I'll dodge one of them. I'll dodge one of them. So I have 3 armor in the hand left. Get the dodge out here. Okay. And oh, right, then I get knockback 7 and a bleed token. Lando doesn't have any bleed tokens, so I think I can actually afford that. That's fine. Oh. I'm gonna fall down. I'm just gonna dash to the side. Let's not afford. Spend another survival. Let's dash to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My movement is 7 with Lando, so I'm gonna go here behind the tree in case I get pushed away. So I don't get the bleed token. I don't have to fall down. So that's good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, great. Great. So it's my turn again. Boba Fett stands up, and Royal G stands up. The only one that still is knocked down is Finn, because he fell down during the monster's turn. So we need that one. Oh, right. Finn is our. This is silly. Let's have Royal G. Okay. Royal G is not going to take her turn, but she's going to encourage to stand Finn up. Okay. Finn is going to take his action and do the circlet, because we're getting down to the end here. Okay, 3 cards with no... Alright, attackers any age token suffer rewind. Another rewind. Great. So we got a lot of rewinds on here. And Finn's just... let's have Finn do the Rawhide Headband just in case. Let's see if I get my survival back, which I do. Let's look at the top 2 cards. Oh, right. That's not... We're getting down to the end here. Let's see. Peck. Not so bad. Unspoken. Phoenix unspeaks a name. Survivor with most age token suffers unspeak. Oh, remember this. Loses their name. You gain +2 understanding. Erase the survivor name. Remove all age tokens and lose all survival. Until they are named, they can... Oh, boy. Alright, let's put that back on top. Let's try and get rid of that card. So Boba is going to go first. Boba is going to spend his first action to get rid of this age token, which I do. Sweet. We'll spend a survival to surge. Get behind the monster here. Okay. 3 attacks, right? Wow, those are pretty horrible attacks. 4 is my highest number, which I think hits. So it was 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, wow. Only one hit. Feathered body, +2 toughness in this location. 8. Sweet. It's a wound. I do a wound to it. Okay, so that's going to be Boba Fett's weapon proficiency. So what I need now, the rest of my attacks need to be criticals, and I need to get resources because it is down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. So let's have Royal go next. Can I even get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna happen. Royal's gonna go. Royal's going to dash it up and get some attacks in. 5 attacks. Woo. Woo. That's 5 hits. Scary when they're so low on these hit locations. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. 3 cards left. I can't see, but this is the next card. And this and this. So one of these is the trap card. I don't know how close I am to getting a trap, but that was really close. So 5 attacks here. Oh, Royal just got age tokens. Oh, there's a bunch of rewind cards. I'm so silly. I should have done that first. Man, I played that poorly. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have gotten rid of the age tokens first. Alright, let's see. Wound, suffer rewind. Remove any wounds. Place the monster 5 spaces away from the survivor. Wow, that's so silly of me. Alright, well, I guess let's try and get it out of the way. So remember, if I get hit with rewind, if I have any age tokens, I restore any wounds or persistent injuries. So I really need to crit on 4 rolls in a row. So first one is the Glorious Eye. Nope, I don't wound it, so this goes away. Next one is the Feathered Breast. I need a wound. That's a wound. Okay. So the intense blow causes the monster's heart to skip a beat. The monster's knocked down. So let's just put a wound here because I got 2 more rewinds to get through. Next one. Oh, wait. The first one. So silly. That's a crit. Ah, they all would have been crits. But you know what? The first one is actually a wound because I think I wound on 2s. Oh, no, I wound on 3s, right? And I just rolled, so 2... Oh, all right, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself because I didn't think this was actually going to hit. So let's see if I actually wound. So my strength is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, yeah. So I needed 3s to wound. And I rolled a 2, it didn't wound. So Glorious Eye went to go away. Then I critted on here. Then I rolled 2 6s in a row, which were the 2 rewinds. So that's the Glorious Soft Belly and the Glorious Hand. So let's see if there's any special crits here. Persistent Injury, Open Wound. When the monster draws an AI, roll 1d10 on result of 1, suffers a wound. The other one is the Trauma causes the monster to black out momentarily. The monster gains -2 toughness for the rest of the attack. Cancel any reactions until the end of the attack. Okay. And the next one is the Glorious Crest. It's a wound, but I cancel the reaction. Okay. Well, I'm destroying this Phoenix, but none of those actually gave me resources. And that's what I needed for this fight. I needed resources. And the last one's just a wound. That was a critical that could have actually have gotten a resource. So it's down to 2 wounds. I've gotten no resources from this thing. Royal G is going to surge. Oh, her insanity is 2. Ooh. Royal G's not gonna surge. I think I'm just gonna wait it out. Closest threat. Let's see, Lando has not gone yet. Lando has 2 age tokens. Oh, the next card is Mood. So that's good. It's going to do Mood, then it's going to do its regular card. So let's have Lando go. Lando's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have a shield, so I can't block with this guy. And he's just going to stand right there. So it is the monster's turn. This is going to be silly. Alright, monster's turn. It's bored. So that comes into play. And then it's going to do the end of its attack. So this is going to be on Lando. So 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. Both hit. The head and the body, which I'll take both of those. So a 3 and a 3. He gets knocked back. He's going to take the bleed token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He falls down. Alright. Oh, wow. Board's in play. Wow. So I only need to do 1 wound to the Phoenix to kill it. Because board is in play. That's a mood token. No resources here. So let's have Finn go first to do the cat eye circlet. Now I get to look at these cards. The next card was the trap, huh? Alright. Ooh, do you see what I see? The other one's death blow. If you kill it with this, yes, all stars gain +1, understanding, courage, hunting speed, and weapon proficiency. Alright. So here's the deal. I have 3 hit location cards. If I pull 3 hits, then time stop's going to come into play, and I cancel all my attacks. So we don't want that to happen. So I could have Boba Fett go, because he's going to get 3 attacks. Okay? And if I move in the front and I attack, I hit on 10, 9, 8, 7, 6s. I hit on 6s. So that might be my chance. I need to miss 1 attack, and I'll be okay. Lando would have 3 attacks. He would hit on better than 6s. Royal G has a ton of attacks, so we don't really want that to happen. Right? Royal G would get 3, 5 attacks. If I move to the front, it'd be 7s. 6, 5. Okay, they both would be 5s, because I forgot about the arrow. Finn could shoot, but then I don't think I would actually kill. I don't think it's worth it. Because it's 1 strength, 4 strength, 4 strength, and it would be 8. I might be able to actually kill it with this. Check this out. So, I actually might do it with Finn. Finn could shoot with the arrow, right? Because Finn gets 2 attacks. If I hit, that means that I won't get time stop, no matter what, because I can only get most of 2 attacks. Board's in play, so it's a -2 toughness. Interface gets a -2 toughness to the wound location. So that's -4 toughness, so its toughness is down to 6, right? And the arrow from the bow is strength 3 +1, so I would need a 2 to wound and kill it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. At least I will attempt to do that. Am I within range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not. Now Finn already did. Actually, it's Finn's turn, right? Finn just did the circlet. So now I'm going to see if I can do this correctly. I'm going to dash with Finn. See if I get it back. I don't. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I'm going to spend my movement and surge. See if I get it back with surge. I do. To shoot with the bow. So it's 2 attacks. Okay. I hit on 7s. I hit on 6s because of the bow. I just needed one of these to connect. So this is just another way for me to did not pull that trap card. Sweet. 1 hit. Guess what it is? It's the interface, the death blow. So here we go. I may not have gotten any resources for this fight, but getting this extra weapon proficiency would be pretty sweet for Boba Fett. So I need a 2 to wound this thing. An 8. It kills it. Since the mood is in play, I don't actually have to pull this as a wound. Interface kills it. If the Phoenix is killed at this location, its brain explodes. A shimmering rainbow appears in the spray of blood, revealing secrets of the future. The survivors rejoice, and the moment changes them forever. All survivors gain +1 understanding, +1 courage, +1 hunt experience, and +1 weapon proficiency. So let's do that right now. So a courage and an understanding. So Finn gets his 3rd understanding. His hunt experience, weapon proficiency, it's not even going to come into play. Royal G, hunt experience, courage, her 3rd understanding. Lando. I don't really need to worry about the weapon proficiency. Courage, understanding, Boba Fett, hunt XP, weapon proficiency, understanding. Sweet. Oh, that just worked out that death blow is at the bottom. Alright, so let's do Finn and Royal G's understanding, which is insight. So, was it a good fight? Yes and no. I got an extra thing for Boba Fett, but I got no extra resources. No extra resources. So I might not even be able to construct my sword, which is the whole reason why I fought this thing. It's going to come down to the pull. So Finn, let's see, I rolled 2 dice. Oh, no. Insight. During the showdown phase, I analyze. So at the start of the survivor's turn, if they are adjacent to the monster, reveal the AI card, then place it back on top of the deck. Okay. So a D10, 9, +1 permanent accuracy. Sweet. Finn, who I'm never going to use, I don't think ever again, gets a +1 accuracy. And Royal G, 3, ignore the next severe injury, the showdown. Well, the showdown is over. So they get analyze. Okay. Well, whatever. So I get 4 Phoenix resources and 4 basic resources. So I'm looking for bones. I have everything else. I think I need 3 bones. Okay. Okay, that's an organ. That's a hide. That's an organ. And that's an organ. And a scrap. Wow, I might not actually be able to do this. Alright. 4 basic resources. 1 bone. Hide. A love juice. Cool. And an organ. So I got 1 bone out of all that. So I'm going to have to spend my ultimate weapon to find the bone that I definitely need, which was the Phoenix beak. The bird beak here. So I'm pulling this out with my ultimate weapon. Wow. I'm going to have to really look at my settlement storage and see what I can build. I've got one other opportunity if I have enough endeavors. Actually, I don't even know if I can do it. I need Forbidden Dance, which I don't think I have. So I might be screwed out of building my bone sword. But there's nothing else I could do. I hit with all of my weapons for Royal G to get the crits. She just didn't get them. And Boba Fett did his attacks, and that was it. No one else really did wounds, except for Finn in the very beginning, and then Finn at the end. And I think going for it at the end was worth it. So That's a shame. But Phoenix is dead. I will set up for the settlement phase. At least I'll get a child, right? This is pretty cool. Some love juice. Everyone loves love juice. Here we are back at the settlement, which will probably be the last settlement phase of this entire campaign. So we kick things off with our returning survivors. All 4 have returned. So I'm going to give them their hunt XP. So Royal goes up to 4. Finn goes up to 4. Lando gets his 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And Boba gets his, like, ridiculous amount, which is pretty high. See, he's 1 away from being an elder, which may or may not come into play. Something else that I wanted to point out, whenever you defeat a Phoenix, if you had an age token, you gain an understanding. So I marked that off with everyone who did, and I think Lando got his 3rd understanding, so we're going to roll on our chart. But before that happens, the one thing I wanted to point out, if you defeat a level 3 Phoenix, which has 16 toughness, plus 2 speed, plus 3 damage, let's see, it's like 23 health, you get the Phoenix Crest, which is a special item. I know someone was asking. And with the Phoenix Crest, you can craft this Crest Crown here, which allows you to, if you're insane, reshuffle the hit location deck. Really helpful if, you got to see that maybe a trap card's coming up and, you just want to completely avoid it. This is what you need, but you have to fight a level 3 Phoenix, which seems really, really hard. Now, here I am saying that, fighting these level 3s are difficult, but who knows, am I even going to be strong enough to fight the Watcher? We're going to find out. Also, when you beat a level 3 Phoenix, if you have face painting, you can roll the dice. You get a chance to gain +1 permanent speed and -1 accuracy because your eyes burn like yellow. Okay, so that's if you fought a level 3 Phoenix, which I didn't think I was ever going to do. I thought I would fight like a level 3 Lion and Antelope, but again, I thought I would have all 25 years to do this, but because I can fight the Watcher earlier and he's not as strong, that's what I'm opting to do. Because, I sat through and I went through all my resources. I pulled all the resources out that I had in my storage. There's certain things that I wanted to craft, and I just couldn't. And my guys, really, I went through all of their armor sets, and I have all the items that I want to go out and fight with. I'm not going to be able to get a full another armor set, so there's really no point for me to fight these 1 or 2 extra years. Yes, I'm short of making that katana and the sheath by like 2 bones, and there is a way that I could get those 2 bones during the settlement phase, but it's a long shot, and I think it's safer for me to go another route, so I'll explain that in a minute. But let's get through the returning survivors. So I have to do insight. Okay, so this is for Lando. Insight in the settlement phase. I get Tinker. When you're a returning survivor, gain +1 to the settlement phase. I don't think that's going to come into play yet, but let's roll 5. Sweet! Gain +1, endeavor this settlement phase. So that's actually going to be really helpful. Okay, so that is that. So I have 5 endeavors right now. Oh, gain endeavors. That's actually now. So I wonder if I would actually have 6 endeavors. Because I'm a returning survivor. Maybe that actually does come into play. Well, we'll see. I might actually have 6 endeavors. Alright, so, let's just say I have 5. Now I have to do my random settlement phase. Random settlement event. Oops. Oh my goodness. Let me reshuffle them again. Okay. Roll 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. No murder. No binge eating. Heat wave. Okay. And a possibly hot, and any returning survivors with heavy or fur gear have heat stroke and may not depart this lantern year. Okay, this could be horrendous. Boba Fett had... Okay. Oh, okay, I think it's just as long as Boba Fett can go back out, I think I'll be alright. Lingering effects. The heat wave prevents science and education endeavors. If you depart with heavy, set your survival to 0. Okay, there's got to be a way to get rid of this. Find fluids. You may depart with heavy or normal gear. If your settlement finds enough fluids to deal with the heat, you may endeavor normally. Breathe fumes. Oh, fresh, it can't... Oh. Great, so that's going to hurt. Heavy gear in your gear grid. Let me just look at my gear real quick. Alright, well, this kind of sucks because my heavy gear is my White Lion set, and that's going to be the ones that uses the Katars. So if I go out next year against the Watcher, I'm going to have 0 survival, which is going to suck because obviously I want to be able to use my survival against the Watcher, right? Let's see if there's a way. You may depart with heavy gear normally. Alright. So I think I'm going to have to spend my endeavor to find fluids. So if I do have 6 endeavors, I'm definitely going to do this. Alright. I would think so, because I get the Tinker, 4, 5. Alright. I might have to spend that endeavor to get through that. Alright, and then everyone gets their weapon proficiency, so really it's just going to be Boba Fett. He gets his 6th weapon proficiency with the Twilight Sword. So even though he's blind, he's going to be hitting on 4s now with the Twilight Sword, which, once you have 6 weapon proficiency, it gains deadly. Pretty cool. So he is ready to go out and fight the Watcher. This guy who I thought was dead countless number of times will actually be ready to fight. Alright. So, again, I was trying to build the katana and the sheath. Well, I was short 2 bones because I didn't get any crits on the Phoenix really last fight. So there is a way that I could do this. Now, I never built the stone circle because I wasn't going to get any of the armor sets or any of the gear there. But there is a special thing down here called Harvest Ritual, where I can spend any number of monster resources to draw an equal number of basic resources. So that would be a way for me to trade in. Look at all these organs that I have here that I'm not using. I could trade those in to hopefully pull a bone, but in order for that to happen, I need to build a stone circle, which costs an endeavor. It's not that bad, but I would have to innovate to even get Forbidden Dance. I don't even have Forbidden Dance yet. So it seems like there's a lot of things that I would have to do in order to have a shot to even do it. I'd rather spend all my endeavors in other ways to help out for the next fight, like, get rid of Heat Wave. So I scrapped that idea that I've been, thinking of for like the last 3 episodes, and I'm just going a different route. So what I'm doing is Boba Fett's pretty good right now. He's just lacking some strength. So I'm actually going to build a Monster Tooth necklace with these 2 pieces, which gives me +1 strength. And if I have another 2 red endeavors, or red affinities, I get extra strength. So that's +2 strength. So Boba's going to go in with +3 with that piece of gear. Okay. I've got a love juice, what I'm going to have to take care of. And I am going to build a lantern glaive. So this is a long axe, so it has reach, and it has sharp. Hits on 6s, strength 4, sharp, which we know about. You get to roll an extra d10. This is kind of like half as good as a katana. So I'm gonna go this route. But in order to do that, I have to construct iron. Okay, so I have 7 pieces of scrap. So I have to do scrap smelting. So I'm going to spend my first endeavor to do this. So this is endeavor number 1, 5. Spend 3 scrap to add 1 iron. Good. So I have 1 iron. I need 2 iron to do this glaive, so I have to do this again. This is my second endeavor. 9. Okay, now I can do the same thing. Alright, so 2 endeavors down. I spent my 6 scrap, so I have 2 iron. So 2 iron, 4 bones, and I have to transmute 2 hide into leather. So that's my third endeavor to build this. Okay, so that's 3 endeavors down. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3. I was going to do Shrine for 1, the Heat Wave something else. So let me do my love juice first. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. So we are going to do love juice. Let's just do two people. Let's do Finn and Royal G. They'll be the two that I nominate. Just trying to add survivors to my settlement. So this is an automatic intimacy. Okay, roll 2 dice. Still trying to get that special child. 2 and a 5. All right. Definitely don't want to do the 2. So the settlement gains +1 population. That's good. That's just another fodder to the fight against the Watcher. Let's see. Have I named anybody? We're gonna name this child. We're gonna name this child Hope. A new Hope. It's gonna be a female. Alright, I probably won't be using her during the fight, but it was a chance for me to try and gain what do they call it? The special child one. Okay. I have 14 population now. So that is done. I've spent 3 endeavors. Let's try and get rid of this heat wave. Okay, so this will be my 4th endeavor. So I'm gonna have, wow, this is gonna be kind of tough. You may depart with heavy gear normally. Okay, so I need a 6 or more. Yes, 10. Your settlement finds enough fluids to deal with the heat. You may endeavor normally. Oh. Maybe that's not as good. Oh. I actually wanted just a 6 or a 7. You may depart with heavy gear normally. Your settlement finds enough fluids to deal with the heat. You may endeavor normally. I wonder if it allows me to depart normally as well. I might have to look that up before the fight, because that's pretty important. Huh. Okay. So that was my 4th endeavor. So I have 5 or 6 left. Or not too sure. I come back as a tinkerer. Settle the settlement. Survivors return. Yeah, I'm assuming I have the 6 endeavors. If someone else can tell me if I'm doing that wrong. So let's say I have two endeavors left. I still want to do Shrine to try and get +1 armor to everybody. Or what I'm gonna do, I don't know if anyone's noticed, and I don't have a picture or anything with me, but Adam Poots actually updated what the Lantern Horde looks like, and there's actually an endeavor on there which allows you to basically raise one person's hunt XP up 1 point. So just as long as you have someone that has more hunt XP, so let's say who's our main one? Yoda, right? Yoda's at max hunt XP besides retirement, so he can train anybody 1 level up. So I think I'm going to spend an endeavor to do that. I'm going to have Yoda train Boba Fett for an endeavor so I can get Boba Fett up to the max level age. So that's going to be my 5th endeavor. So let's do that. I'm almost positive that's all I need is just an endeavor. I'm actually going to have to go ahead. After I make this, I'll double check it, and if I'm wrong, I'll cancel it, let's just say. So that makes Boba Fett gain 1 hunt XP, which triggers his age event. So now I get to roll on the best age chart here. Lucky Elder. So I have 2 Elders, which is pretty good. That is a 12 +1 permanent luck. Okay. Alright, not so bad. So Boba Fett gets +1 luck. And then, let's say I do have a 6th endeavor. Unless someone tells me that I'm doing it incorrectly, my 6th endeavor will do... Where'd it go? We'll do the Shrine. Okay, this will be my last one. So, looking for 4 and more. 9. Cool. So all departing survivors gain +1 armor to hit location. Alright. So you guys can tell me if I can actually get this +1 armor or not for my 6th endeavor. Otherwise, I think I'm set. I'm going into the Watcher fight with 4 of my survivors ready to go. I believe it's going to be Boba Fett, Yoda, probably Lando. Lando's actually pretty good now. My 4th, is Dark, right? Dark's going in. He is going to go in and with a Phoenix set and the Lantern Sword. So pretty comfortable. The only thing now is with that fur. If I depart with the heavy fur, I'm going to have no survival, which is going to stink a lot, I believe. So I'll have to look that up, unless someone else knows for sure with the heat wave. If finding the fluids gets rid of the departing. But yeah, it's been a crazy ride. 21 years. Glad everyone's watching. Very excited to face off this Watcher. I'm just gonna try and burn it down as quickly as I can, and yeah, hopefully I can survive my Kingdom Death experience with everyone that's been watching. So it's Lord Epion, Hit Points Gaming signing off, and I will see you next year, which is going to be the final fight. Alright, so I pulled up the Lantern Horde, and here's that one endeavor that I was talking about, Shared Experience. Nominated survivor that has 2 or more Hunt XP than yourself. So Yoda does not actually have 2 Hunt XP over Boba Fett. He only has 1, so I can't actually do this. So I'm going to take that back. And really what I want to do is I'll take this endeavor and I'll have this endeavor be the Shrine one, and I'll only spend 5 endeavors. I'll just forfeit that 6th one because who knows if I actually get that or not. So we'll just make everything straight. I'll get that +1 armor, and all I have to do now is just look up this heat wave, and then we'll be set. So there you go. Here's that new Lantern Horde that Adam put out.